I'm with David Massey. He's a family law attorney at Massey & Massey. Thank you, David, for agreeing to talk to me about some family law issues that we both see every day. What's one thing or one good tip that you tell somebody that's meeting you for the first time in a consultation about what to do before filing for divorce?
Well, there's always this big worry that they want to grab all the money. If there's cash in the account or if they have a 401k account. And I see people get very excited about, well, I have to grab everything now. And that really can sometimes raise the temperature of a case that doesn't need to be. Because the courts can look back on statements, we can always determine who got what asset. But sometimes clients will need cash for if they're moving out or they just feel a little more secure. But I always recommend don't yank out all the money from the bank account, especially if, well, maybe the mortgage and health insurance and bills are going to be paid out of the account. If you clean that account out, that's going to make things a lot more tense and a lot more difficult to have a helpful negotiation down the road. Everything doesn't need to be a huge fight, and there's going to be accountability for those funds. So I tell people, if you need to take some money out, do that. Notify the other person after you've done it so that you don't make it difficult on them so they understand what happened. And it tends to make things a little more calm while still protecting you. But it's also good to get copies of all those statements so that you know what's in the account when the people are separating.
Definitely, and I always suggest that if a person doesn't have their own bank account, to set that up right away.
Yes.
And then also if they yank all the money, I tell them, if bills are going to not be able to get paid, this may ruin your credit and not only hurt the other person, but hurt you as well. So we need to think about all the ramifications of yanking all that money right away or closing a retirement account.
Yeah.
And I think especially getting statements if you're the out spouse or the spouse that may not have all the control over accounts, whatever they can find or get. I always recommend getting copies of as many statements as they can.
Absolutely, because having those statements, they might not have even the current statement, but we can always locate that asset if for some reason the other side isn't sharing that voluntarily.
Sure, by subpoenas, right?
Yes,
we do those all the time.
we do subpoenas as well. But it's nice to avoid it if you can, but if you don't know that the account is in that bank, having that information from an old statement is really powerful.
It is. Well, the more you know, right, David?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, thank you, David, for joining me here today. If you have any questions, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to connect you with David.